YouTube family wagwan. Different kind of reasoning today. Still the best and most credible opinion though, you know. Still fear and fearless analysis and continue to do the right thing. Make the Maverick continue to explore and do the right thing as well. The issue of politics and sports intermingling. It's up on the front burner again. You know, with the unease on the Gaza Strip. You know, Israel come under a whole heap of worldwide criticism. You know, the World Cup of football will come up next year, and there are some people who decide to say, oh, maybe we shouldn't even go to the World Cup if that team qualify for the World Cup. We see the Italian coach, you know, put out a statement. Apparently Italy are scheduled to play Israel, and he must say, boy, he wish he never have to play against a team here, because FIFA did ban Russia out of the World Cup. So why is Israel still participating in the World Cup? And of course, the World Cup itself scheduled for America next year. America, Canada, and Mexico. People, some countries, some activists, some players in the game, I said, boy, them don't think America should be hosting the games because they don't like how the president look, they don't like how the president talk. So people are push the agenda again of sporting boycotts and, you know, shouldn't be playing against certain nations. But you know, fundamentally, we have a problem with that, you know. First of all, in principle, me think when we start intertwine the complexities of the social and political issues of the world with sports, we don't know, it's like we are dirty up the sport. The only reason why people want to tack on political and social issues to sport, you know, is because sport is so popular and it appeals to a wide cross-section of people. So it's like an opportunistic move now. If you say, well, so many people have eyes on sport, so many people watch the World Cup, so many people watch the Olympics, so many people watch the Super Bowl, so many people watch these NBA superstars. Maybe we should get them to be fighting for our causes. But it is precisely because sport has divorced itself, and the administrators of sport over the years have sought to divorce sport from these complex, divisive issues. That is the reason why sport maintains its appeal and its power and its effect. Somebody bring up to me, say, boy, you know, when apartheid was going on in South Africa, it was a sporting boycott and the songs that people were singing. Why? Stop the foolishness. You think it's because West Indies cricket team never used to tour South Africa why apartheid fell? No. The real isolation is economic isolation. We see now them want to use sport now with the World Cup boycott and the targeting Israel strategy. They want to use sport now to solve the most complex and long-standing conflict in the history of the world. Is the World Cup football and boycotting Israel. And that they want to use solve that the crisis. Like the Israeli football of them, and the Israeli Football Federation, and the Israeli football fans. Is them start the conflict. People are very emotional about them, something, you know, people. But as me say, as a sportsman, true and true, and we have to give credit to the sports administrators around the world. The big sporting bodies like the ICC, FIFA, IOC, they have sought consistently to keep the scourge of politics and the divisiveness of social issues away from sport as much as possible. That is why in a football, them ban players lifting up them jersey and showing sports and political and religious writings on them shirt. That is why them do that. Fully agree with it. Why is it that people think that sport must solve the problems of the world where sport never start? Generally, politics cause them problem, you know. Why is it that politics is given the power to solve these kind of problems? It is their prerogative. Sport has nothing to do with them something. Why is it then a sport or a burden to solve them problem then? I think they should be divorced totally. Totally, I don't think IOC and FIFA should have given their look in. They have a ban on Russia now from FIFA for World Cup football. I think that was wrong as well. But you know, so there's always going to be some level of hypocrisy. because you know the alignment and you know the hostility of the West towards Russia and towards places like Venezuela and places like Cuba. So there's always going to be a tinge of hypocrisy we're rolling, you know. But me just think, by and large, as the great administrators of these prominent sports have continued to do, them to keep politics as far as the East is from the West, from sport. You remember when the Black Lives Matter thing did flare up? And LeBron James take it up on him head and BLM and kneel before man. When sports fans come to watch sports, we don't come to watch sports solve the issues of the world. We watch sports to escape from some of these issues of the world. And a corrupt sport when them start inject the corruption of politics, the biased corruption, partisan politics. Likewise, some of these major social issues will lead to some of these conflicts. I think we must maintain the sanctity of sport, the purity and innocence of sport. You're giving the elected political leaders a pass who are trying to ride on the popularity and the reach of sport to solve some problem and sport have nothing to do with. And I tell you this, I am not convinced that sports and even entertainment different. I don't think artistic expression should be limited. So the artists them can always sing about social issues. But sports is different. Sports is completely different. There's a complete genre of music, happen to be reggae from Jamaica, that is known as social commentary music. So you can't have a problem with music. But one thing I can tell you though, I think the effect of sport and music or the perceived effect of sport and music on some of them major social and political issues are overrated. You remember when the US elections go on the other day? You remember say the whole of Hollywood and the whole of the music industry in America and across the world were in support of Kamala Harris. And she lost emphatically. This shows us say sports people and to a large extent entertainment people, they watch sport and consume music for entertainment as an escape from the harsh realities of the world. So don't carry the harsh realities come contaminate the purity of sport. Don't just watch the videos. Press off that little subscribe button there. Make we continue to spread the word. I'm still a look. Still a search. Still a search, you know. All the look me a look. Can't see no more Maverick. Can't see no more Maverick. Them even try something, them spell it wrong. If them even try something, them pronounce it wrong. If them even try something, the meaning is wrong. True and true are only one Maverick. Singular Maverick.